Well, that's not working now, is it? Let me see if I can put it on top of the camera. That's not working. Hi guys, Moomay here. Well, just got out of the hospital. I still got the band on. Let me turn this friggin' light. It's going up and shit. Trying to make it mellow. Oh, you can't really see my arm. It's really hard to see. This is just from yesterday when they once again had to give me a blood transfusion. I'm not even sure why. They were sticking me over here. I don't know why they couldn't get this vein. I think she said it collapsed. And she was a seasoned nurse who was doing it. And then it popped out over here. See that vein? Look at that. It's way up in the air. The whole thing like that. And that one's up. Oh, it's like this big altogether. It's hard to see in this light. All I know is that she tried to put pressure on it the best she could, told me to hold it, and I was holding it, of course, while she did what she had to do. And, of course, they walk away and out of the room and fuck around, and, oh, there goes my warning. Huh. There's a lot of mistakes to be made out here, and if anybody can make them, it's going to be me, I'm sure. And have the clear blue gush, gush, gush went the blood. My blood count is low enough to begin with. I didn't need some of my blood gushing on the floor. I'm ringing for the nurse. Nobody friggin' shows. Alan took me to Area, which is the ambulance. He had to call an ambulance because I was in such dire shape. I had a high fever. I started to seize. The pain was excruciating. I had the diverticulitis again, which I've had for 25 or 30 years. It comes, it goes, but when it comes in cycles, maybe for 3 weeks, a month, 6 weeks at a time, every day, all day. Sometimes it's a twisted intestine. And this fucking young asshole doctor that I went to previous to just being hospitalized by ambulance, no less, is telling me, oh no, we don't give pain medication, you'll get addicted. I'm saying, I'm in my 70s. Maybe the junkie on the street's gonna get addicted. You give me 5 or 10 pain pills. Believe me, I'm not gonna get addicted on that. You know, I had a meth lab in my house in the 70s. Then, oh yeah, I got addicted because I was drying the shit, and it was always, okay, some for the mob and some for me in my Ziploc bag. So I had Ziploc bags chock full of it, buried here, there, in the ground, everywhere. But, you know, these days, it's totally different. Thank God Alan put migraine medicine away, which has some codeine in it, and they're gone now. And once again today, I went into the diverticulitis pain, and he tried desperately to find the oh, you know, that hot pad you put on it. I forget what it's called. Heating pad. He couldn't find it. Anyhow, fair warning. Oh, T, you already got your cookies. T. Gartenberg. Fair warning. Don't try to eat two, okay? Eat one, wait a half hour or so, and then see if you can eat a half of the second. I sincerely doubt you won't be able to, okay? They're very, very strong. You think the last batch was strong? These are stronger. I apologize for the chocolate chips. I just kind of forgot. I knew you liked the chocolate chip oatmeal, and that's how I made them. I hope the chocolate chips aren't too hard for you. Dan from Kentucky. Finally. When I got into the car, the trunk happened to be open. Don't know why, because I hadn't driven in I don't know how long, a week or two. And so I pulled over to shut the trunk, and there was your package, Dan, in the trunk, which I assumed you already got, but it was in the trunk, so I took it to the post office. Oh, yours is on the way, Dan. I have tracking numbers, the correct tracking numbers, Dan. I have tracking numbers for you. I know you got your super duper special Moomay cookies, but you have a Easter basket surprise on the way. The bakeries are chock full of orders for Easter. They can't stop to make me what I wanted to get you, so I did the best I could in grocery store bakeries, going around there. Cats are trying to get in. They know they're not allowed in, but they try. And I wound up getting you a bunch of beautiful, which I think you're gonna love, pastries and cannolis, and I even got you a, looks like a sausage, but it's a really beautiful cheese encrusted in pine nuts, pistachio nuts, I believe, and another nut crunched up real small. Tom Kennedy, you also got a basket similar to that, but your basket weighs a fucking ton because of this big tray of cookies I got you. I'm sorry. You know Alan. He packed that thing up. I was laying there in pain this morning, even after I got home from the hospital, because I left AMA. I got no meds to go home with. My shitting fault. I do that all the time. They only give you like 10 Percocet anyhow, but 10 Percocet would have sure as hell come in handy. Tom, your box weighs a ton, but I'm going to have to send your super duper Moomay cookies separately, because Alan packed your box up like Fort Knox before I could get your special cookies into it. Sorry. I'm going to try to find a smaller box somewhere. I will find one. And today's Thursday. If I'm not in pain tomorrow, I will get your special Moomay cookies out tomorrow. Tom, Tom, you're good with the cookies. You make them last a month, which I really appreciate. You know, when people eat them all in within 2 hours, it's like, what the hell are you doing, you know? You could be high for a week. Why do you eat them all at once? I went through all the time and effort to make these special, really potent cookies for you guys, and you're like wolfing them down. Eden's a doll baby. She'll have them for 3 months. and she'll give a couple away, which I don't mind. That they're hers. I gave them to her. She can do with them what she will. And she'll have them for quite some time. And the first time I gave them to her, I think, she decided to get on her bike, and stationary bike, and exercise, which she does all day long anyhow. But she had a cookie first, and a half hour later, boom, it hit her, and boom, right off the bike she went onto the floor. Poor Eden. At least it was carpeted. Anyhow, I happened to stop for some reason and read all these goddamn new rules and regulations of YouTube. So I'm sure this video will get me my first warning, if not my first and second, and I will be off for a week after this video. Your second strike gets you off for 2 weeks. Your third strike gets you off permanently. How thrilling. Not like I haven't been off permanently or for life, banned from every website before, but don't like it. Don't like it at all. So, this is a touchy subject for me because for some reason, some people seem to think I have money. I think they do. I don't. I don't have money because I send someone a little gift now and then, or I bake cookies, special cookies for them, and I have access to a certain product to put in them, which I save up for a year to buy. And my son was murdered October 7th. Florida does not pay for victims of homicide towards their burial or funeral. Pennsylvania pays $255 towards it. You try and get that money. You have to prove it. Normally they want them murdered in Pennsylvania. That's another road to go, that you have to prove that they were a victim of homicide, with all the paperwork and blah, blah, blah. It's not confusing. It's just such a long road to hoe. And anyhow, the coroner alone, and my son Anthony's body was in the coroner's possession for 12 days. 12 friggin' days. Now, I, for one, do not want to see my own son's body after 12 days, even though he's frozen and they can put makeup on. No, I don't want it. First off, the funeral costs would be exorbitant. Just the coroner's keeping the body frozen for 12 days. The autopsy, which in Florida, they had it whether I liked it or not. I protested it. I thought there was no reason for it. He was shot in the heart. He bled out. The poor kid laid there in the street, died alone, and bled out, which is a terrible death to go through. At least he only bled out for like 10 minutes, not, an hour. So it did go pretty quick for him. Keeping the body for 12 days in the freezer every day cost a bunch of money to do that. The autopsy cost thousands. The coroner doing it cost a bunch of money. The reports he had to generate. Was he on drugs? The blood work, the this, the that, everything involved. It cost over $1,900 for the body to be kept there for 12 days and the autopsy. Then the coroner's report cost even more money. it was about $1,000, I think, for the coroner's report alone, because it involved the autopsy and all these tests. It just went on and on. They knew I could not come down there. I was in no state of mind to come down there. I had no money to go down there to claim the body. And my daughter was even further away. She has a high-profile job. She can't, in a hospital, she runs it. She couldn't just say, my brother was killed, I'm leaving. I thought she just should have and could have, because I was in no state of mind to do anything. I was totally fucked up in the head in the unknown universe for months. I already got on a plane and wound up in Sudan or someplace. And she just said that she couldn't do it. And I really thought she could have, but she didn't, and she could have. She's kind of a cold person. I'm not. I'm just totally emotional. I let it all out. So the outcome was, with everything involved, and that's not including you're not allowed to throw ashes directly in the ocean off the Jersey Shore. Of course not. That's what I wanted to do. If you get caught, you get fined $1,000. Which again, I don't have. The total of the funeral, of the coroner, the cremation was $4,000 and some $100, because I'm up here, they're down there, they know it. They can charge you any goddamn thing they want. They put him in a vessel, when you want to call it a coffin. I got the cheapest one possible because it's only going to burn up with him. And it still came to over $4,000, which is a crazy ass price.